I'm Regina Rosania in the Newswatch newsroom. Coming up at 6 o'clock, a father of 3 is murdered while doing his job. I'll have the exclusive interview with his children. While millions of people are drawn to the Hollywood sign, the Oscar exhibit is becoming a tourist destination. I'll show you why, coming up. Garcia was shot right here, about 50 feet from the front door of this sports bar. With no video surveillance, police are hoping that someone will be able to identify the suspects based on their description. Organizers say they're planning a bigger protest after Easter. Live in the Newswatch newsroom, I'm Regina Rosania. Also, it's your chance to get up close and personal with the Oscars. I'll show you how. Those stories and more coming up at 6. Good evening. I'm Regina Rosania in the Newswatch newsroom. A murder in La Mirada tops the news at this hour. A group of suspected gang members are wanted for the shooting of a beloved security guard. The guard was just doing his job, but it cost him his life. Mariah and Reyes Garcia Jr. placed flowers at a makeshift memorial in La Mirada. This is where their father, Reyes Garcia, was murdered. The children came to say goodbye.
I'm feeling pretty sad because I didn't expect him to die.
Can you tell me about your dad?
Yeah, he used to be a great guy. And he used to take care of us. And he used to be a very nice young man.
The murder happened just before 10:30 Friday night outside of the Ocean Sports Bar on the 14,300 block of Telegraph Road. The suspects tried to get into the bar, but Reyes, who worked as a bouncer, turned them away because they were dressed like gang members. Detectives say that's when the trouble started.
One of the suspects went to a beige tan truck. He produced a handgun, and he shot Mr. Reyes several times.
Garcia was shot right here, about 50 feet from the front door of this sports bar. With no video surveillance, police are hoping that someone will be able to identify the suspects based on their description.
We have that there were 6 male Hispanics, shaved head, and they were all wearing gang attire. That's all we have at this time for that.
Frederick Alani, the owner of the bar, says he and the rest of his employees are devastated over the murder.
I'm agonized with pain that this a senseless, tragic event occurred, and a human life was taken.
It wasn't his fault. He was just coming over here to stop people from fighting, and somehow he got shot and died.
The bar owner plans to hold several fundraisers to support Garcia's children. Meantime, if you know anything about the suspects, call the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. In other news, Oscar buzz is heating up in Hollywood, and it's not just for the stars. Movie fans from around the world can get their shot at holding up one of the prize trophies. Ready? Ready? A once-in-a-lifetime chance to hold an actual Oscar statuette. For Judy Booth, it was worth waiting in line for more than an hour to get her chance.
Well, it was wonderful. We got to see Katharine Hepburn's Oscars that she had won, and all the ones that are going to be presented. We got to get pictures and lift one up.
For hundreds of people just like Judy, the dream has become a reality. On the 3rd floor of the Hollywood and Highland Complex in Hollywood, you too can hold an actual Oscar statuette. Here for the next 2 weeks, you will find 50 new Oscars on exhibit by the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences. It's called Meet the Oscars. Jonathan Harris is in charge of the display.
You can actually come down and see how the Oscar is made, which is also great. A lot of people think that it is solid gold, so it's kind of fun to learn exactly about all the different metals that are involved and the actual craftsmanship that goes into making the Oscar. With the Oscars right around the corner, the Academy's decision to display these Oscars has created a buzz around Hollywood. One thing people are talking about is the weight of this Oscar.
So I didn't realize it was going to be that heavy, but it is.
A lot heavier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, the Oscar itself, it's 8.5 pounds. It is made of gold, but it's also got some other metals on the inside.
Gord Smith, a Canadian who is vacationing here in Hollywood, says this exhibit is the highlight of his trip.
Oh, it's exciting. It's it'll be a good time for everybody, and it's the excitement and everything else. It'll be good. Yeah, great.
And how is it to actually hold an Oscar?
Memorable. It'll be a moment that you won't forget, and I just wish it was the real thing.
So far, more than 1,000 people have seen the display since it opened last week. That's going to do it for tonight. Thank you for watching Newswatch. I'm Regina Rosania. You take care. Jay, more than 50,000 protesters line the streets of downtown Los Angeles demanding immigration reform. These are students from Los Angeles area high schools. They walked out of class to get their point across. They joined parents, teachers, laborers, and community leaders to demand passage of a law that would give amnesty to illegal immigrants working in the U.S. Organizers say they're planning a bigger protest after Easter. Live in the Newswatch newsroom, I'm Regina Rosania.